What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. This video is kind of a continuation sort of the video the other day talking about the display, because I have come up with a very good idea and solidified lines and whatnot. So first it starts here. What we're going to be doing. So obviously I'm getting J&D Khaleesi. Now originally I thought I would be able to fit J&D Khaleesi and Khaleesi bust on like a 48-inch wide garage shelf. Boy, was I wrong. According to J&D, they have it from the wing to wing 49 inches wide. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's as tall as that Khaleesi bust, like to the top dragon. So it's actually only barely taller than this one. I mean, it's about 5-6 inches taller. But it's extremely wide. The chair is much wider, and it's just a very wide piece. Luckily, it's not too deep. This one's very deep. It's like 25 inches deep, where the J&D is only 18, which actually fits that shelf perfectly. So I was kind of thinking, maybe I could fit, because I wanted to get a Blue Box Hyper Night King bust. Maybe I could fit the bust and J&D, but I'm like, doing the Photoshop, I didn't like it. What I do like is doing just J&D right here. I feel like it fits really good. It's going to be plenty of space to where it'll basically not have to be like the dragons are too close to the statue that it blocks things. It'll be very nicely displayed right here. So that's only going to be J&D Khaleesi. However, in doing Photoshop, if I did just the 3 P1s down low, I didn't like it. It looked too repetitive having P1. So I think it's in my best interest we sell the P1. Now, J&D is not shipping for, God, who knows how long, years. So I don't want to sell this right now. I want to sell this once I get J&D after I compare them. Then I'll sell this dirt cheap. Probably like $1,000 or something. Now, granted, I freaking love this J&D statue, and I almost think maybe I should just display this elsewhere just because it is so freaking beautiful. And I'm like, I want to keep it, but I can't display it here. It looks out of place in the fact that it's too repetitive. If J&D was a different pose, then I would keep it. But due to the fact it's literally the exact same statue almost, obviously there are some differences, it just doesn't look good. But, so what we'll do is keep Khaleesi bust as is, but I probably will wall mount that there and put something else up there. I do like that up there, and I could do something right here, but I would like to get that one wall mounted if possible. We are going to put Blue Box Hyper Night King bust right there, and then move Jon Snow back there. I think that would work best. Now, Blue Box Hyper Night King bust is actually kind of tall. It's 31 inches tall. It's taller than Khaleesi bust, apparently. Although, I think their dimensions are off. I swear it only looks about 28. I actually prefer if it was 28. But 31 will still fit here. The horns will maybe be slightly covered by that, but I can fit a 32.5-inch statue underneath. I will have it lowered to the ground, which is fine. But Blue Box Hyper, Night King bust, and I'll show you a Photoshop later, and then remove Jon Snow back there. These two are moved out. So as you know, I'm going to be moving Monsterverse, buying the new Monsterverse setup. So Monsterverse, Pacific Rim, Avatar, Alita all go upstairs. And for over here, what I'd like to do, I mean, there's kind of two routes I might take, and it kind of just depends on future Prime 1 Lord of the Rings statues. We know they're doing Treebeard. They've teased the possibility of a 1/4 Nazgul on Veilbeast. Now, if I look at the Weta Treebeard, that thing is like 42 inches tall at 1/6 scale. So 1/4 honestly might be like 6 or 7 feet tall. If it's 6 feet tall, it's a pass instantly. It has to fit on a garage shelf because I'm not going to lower the garage shelf like I did with Sauron. Like Sauron is 6 feet tall and I can't fit statues underneath. I wouldn't do Treebeard like that. It needs to fit basically within a 56-inch height level. If it can fit in 56 inches, it's not too deep, and I could just fit it like over here, I will get it. And of course I have to love it. But if it's like 6 or 7 feet tall, it costs $7,000, I'll just be like, yeah, pass. I'm hoping they do give an option for a Merry and Pippin, just like a small version of a Treebeard they're on, and it's just like a 22-inch tall statue, something like that. I would honestly probably prefer that than a full Treebeard. Full Treebeard would be cool. It'd obviously be massive, and I know people love the Weta, and it sells for like $7,000. But we'll see what happens. I know P1 was saying that they're going to reveal it in the next level showcase, like the next one. So I'm real curious on it. I just really hope they do a Merry and Pippin separate on a smaller base. Like there's a normal, then an ultimate. Similar to Gandalf, there's this one, then the standard, like way small base one. So I would probably go for the simpler one. It just kind of varies. I need to see it. The only other Lord of the Rings I want is Sam. So I'm hoping they do Sam and Shelob, and they give you a simple version and then one with a full Shelob. Ideally, I don't want it to be too tall, and I don't think it would be just because the spider's not too tall. I am a little worried space-wise, but ideally I would love to get Shelob and like fit it down low over here if I could. Nevertheless, here's the plan. So as of right now, we're going to switch these two shelves, and there's a reason for that. So that shelf will go here, and that will fit just Cave Troll. He will fit on that perfectly fine. So he'll go right there, Cave Troll underneath. Facing forward, you're going to do Balrog and then Felbeast. They do fit. This is 18 inches wide, 18 plus 18, 36. So they'll just fit side by side in that 36-inch wide garage shelf. Right next to Transformers, I think that all kind of flows good, better than having. And plus, Cave Troll's such a huge creature, not necessarily a human quarter scale. I think I prefer that next to Transformers. And so, continuing Lord of the Rings, I'm actually going to move those two here, doing Gandalf, then Sauron. So Gandalf goes right next to Gimli, and then Sauron, then Cave Troll. Underneath, we'll probably move those two over here. And then right here, we're going to do Saruman Bust, Infinity Studios, and Custom Lurtz Bust by Jukebong Arts. And then underneath, I am going to do the two orcs, like in the back, and then Dark Side Azog quarter scale, the one where he's holding the dwarf head, and then to the left, Bolg quarter scale, the custom, the one I used to own by owner scammer. I sold it. I only sold it because at that time I had Lord of the Rings in that room. I didn't have space for it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to collect Hobbit. I just don't have space. But now that I've been focusing on more Lord of the Rings space, that was a good statue. And I was able to get it for a good price on eBay, like cheaper than what I sold it for. So we're getting Bolg back. It arrives actually in a few days. So in essence, that's just going to be down low, nothing but orcs and Saruman, which I think will look really cool. And then right here, you obviously have Frodo, Gollum. You could do Boromir right there next to him. And then if we get Sam, we can move Gollum Bust like over here, do Sam down there. We also potentially maybe might be able to fit Frodo even top shelf over here. It kind of varies. I'd need to see the space, but if we need more Lord of the Rings space, I would switch these two back, and then I would have more Lord of the Rings space to do more stuff. Like I could definitely fit like Frodo and maybe Boromir top shelf, and then Balrog, Felbeast, and you could potentially even put like Smaug. So it kind of varies. I just need to see the future Lord of the Rings, because it's possible Boromir is my last quarter scale after Azog. Well, technically Azog would be the last. It's very possible that may be the last one. Well, Cave Troll, technically. After Cave Troll, that might be the last one. I need to see Treebeard, if they do Sam, if they do Saruman, because I do love the Sideshow Saruman. It's great. It fits my display perfectly. So I need to see if they're actually going to do Saruman. If they do, we need to make sure it fits. So I hope when they do it, they don't make the base any bigger than him. So, and then what I'll also do is I'm going to buy the additional posters for the Two Towers and Return of the King. So we'll probably do Two Towers here, since that's where you're going to have Saruman. It'll work good, Two Towers here. And then Return of the King, and then the Sauron poster right here. That one right there. And yeah, that'll work good. Just that. So two posters here, boom, boom, big, small. Replace that with that type of style poster, and you're set. So I like this idea a lot. It solidifies everything. In terms of Transformers, we're going to obviously, I'm going to move Grimlock in here, and we're going to move some Transformers. Here's the general idea. So that will be a 48-inch wide shelf. We're going to use Starscream top shelf right here. Starscream, Megatron. Underneath, you're going to put Optimus with Grimlock. So Grimlock's actually going to go right next to Balrog. So Grimlock, Knight Optimus, Galvatron, Lockdown. So basically, those three with Grimlock, all my Transformer 4 statues in these two shelves. I think that'll work great. Then right here is where you're going to do Megatron and Optimus Prime. Boom, boom. And then the final shelf, which will be changed out to a 60-inch wide garage shelf, is going to be him, him, and him. Those three together, boom, 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 two forward, him in the back. That will fit and look good. We will move Master Splinter off his base and just right there. His base is mediocre anyways. There's nothing special about that base. Now, in the corner, we'll do this guy, Shockwave. Now, Shockwave is very deep. As you can see, it's the drillers in the back really make it very deep. So we are definitely going to have him probably come off the shelf to about right here. So, yeah, he's definitely going to be coming off. We'll probably have to move Megatron a little bit to the left, but he will definitely be going like this. Boom. And then to his immediate right will be Optimus Prime Bust, Jetwing Optimus. Sentinel Prime will go there. Bumblebee Bust, Bumblebee. And then in terms of posters, we'll basically do those two. And maybe even a Shockwave poster. Maybe. But we'll keep the big Optimus poster behind the bust. And then we'll do a small Bumblebee poster above Bumblebee. And potentially a Shockwave poster. Just because it will look a little off if there's no poster here and a bunch of posters here. So yeah, that's basically the Transformers plan. You get all Transformers together. The transition from Balrog to Grimlock will look good. And then all the T4 together. And then all T3 and T2. Well, technically T1 through 3. So yeah, that's more or less the Transformers plan. This display is just going to stay the same. Just move him there. And then that really completes the rim. So the only thing that may change is if we do get more Lord of the Rings statues. And potentially even Smog. Because technically, I could fit Smog down there, the original Weta one. If I just wanted to wall mount that bad boy right there. Or right there. You could definitely fit Smog right there. And considering I'm getting Bolg and Azog, I do want to get a Smog statue. And it'd be easiest to get the old Weta. It's cheaper than the newer Weta. It doesn't have the seam lines. I do like the gold base. It's very easy to display. It's only 12 inches tall. So I'm pretty confident I have 12 inches there. I will need to measure. But as long as I could fit and look good right there, I would definitely consider getting Smog back. And then just wall mount that mace. Probably... I mean, obviously, it's technically supposed to go in this hand, so it kind of makes sense to wall mount it directly with that banner. I don't want to put a hole through the banner, though. I could move the banner. I could just wall mount it right here, though. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But... yeah, that's kind of the plan here, is to do that. And then, like I said, just varies on future Lord of the Rings statues. So I think the next level showcase will be, really the next two next level showcases will be crucial. Because I'm sure they're going to show Treebeard and potentially another Lord of the Rings quarter scale at that time, whether it's Saruman, Sam. So we'll kind of see. My main goal is to complete the Fellowship in quarter scale. So that's like my main goal is I really just want to get that. Beyond that, villain-wise, I'm set. I don't need any other villains. I don't care for any other villains. I have all the orcs I want and everything. I have all the busts I want. Once you get Saruman and Lurtz, we're good. We're going to get an upgraded Gollum bust as well. It's being worked on now. So I'm good on the villain side. I just wanted that cave troll, which we're getting. So it's really just finishing the Fellowship. So Sam... Merry and Pippin, which frankly, those are my least favorite of the Fellowship. Absolutely my least favorite. Merry and Pippin are honestly just annoying. But they're part of the, the Fellowship, so I do want them. But of course, I can live without them. I do like Sam, so I still would love to get him next to Frodo. I think that would look really good, especially like on a Shelob base, considering that one is a Shelob themed base as well with the spider webs and everything. So it'd look really cool if I could get Sam with Shelob to fill that display. And then I could just move Boromir like right here. I'm sure I could fit Boromir with Gandalf, Sauron, Cave Troll. Because Boromir frankly does look like a top shelf piece based off his pose. So in a perfect world, we'd do that. And then if they did make a very simple Merry and Pippin, throw them in that display as well. So all four hobbits are together. Anyways, folks, that is kind of what I wanted to go over with you guys. I did want to show you the Photoshop of the Game of Thrones display because it does look really cool. The Night King bust is really sick. I'm actually going to be sending the deposit today to go ahead and get that taken care of. So Blue Box can start building that for me. Yep, going to get that deposit taken care of after the gym. All right, let me show you this Photoshop because I do think it looks really freaking cool. And also, dude, check out Kratos, Jupiter's freaking cock. Absolute grail. Oh my goodness. All right, let me find the photo. There is the photo with the Night King bust there, but my dimensions were definitely off. So yeah, that's not accurate. That is with like just Khaleesi bust. That's a more accurate representation of how big this is. It will fill this entire display. In fact, it might even be slightly bigger. And I was thinking of doing that banner there if I kept this here, or I can wall mount that and do something else up there. So like that is if I did no Night King, but as you can see, it definitely looks like, I don't like that at all. That just looks bad. That looks much better. Where you basically do the Night King bust here, next to Night King, Jon Snow, all Khaleesi up top, ultimate Khaleesi display, and you're kind of set. And there is the Night King bust with Virtual Devil, and he told me it was absolutely amazing. So yeah, it looks really good. The armor looks excellent. The face has this like iced wet look, and the eyes are amazing with light up. So really freaking cool. So yeah, this is the display I'll be going for. The P1, like if I was to potentially keep it, I'd probably have to go upstairs somewhere in that room as just like a one-off piece. But it also is a big statue, so it's hard to display. So I think the best thing is honestly we just sell it for like $1,000 or something and just take the loss. It is also 3 boxes, which is annoying. Not super heavy boxes, but it is 3 boxes, so shipping would be like $250. But that is kind of what I'm leaning for, is just selling it, even though I love it so much. Obviously the G&D is going to be much better, and it's the exact same. Obviously there's some differences, but J&D is the superior overall in every. The only thing about the Prime one I do like is it's all one base. I mean, there are advantages to having these as proximity bases because you can kind of move them where you want, where Prime 1 I can't really do that. This one does give you that freedom if you want to display this further to the left or further to the right, upward, backward. You have that freedom, which is nice. I do prefer the couch on this. Obviously, the detail's better all throughout. The dragons have glass eyes, which I freaking love. Khaleesi looks better on the likeness and the detail, all the pillows. So, yeah. Overall, it's the best J&D statue ever made, hands down. But this will be the end result of the Game of Thrones display. Anyways, folks, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.